Live! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Negroes and niggas, y'all know what time it is. The most controversial, motivational, inspirational, monetizational. I don't know if monetizational is a word, but it should be. World, this is the Ugly Money Podcast. And I just keep on hitting y'all with bangers. But before I hit y'all with this banger, I need y'all to go ahead and get that like button and drop them cities and locations in the chat. This episode being brought to you by Go Say Hello, the America's #1 networking app. You can find everything from a doctor to a chick. Straight up. Go make sure you download the Go Say Hello app. If you ever want to come in person to see us live in studio, download the Go Say Hello app for your free ticket. Let's go to the chat right quick and see who's on the check-in right quick. Shouts out ATL is always in the building. Detroit, what it do? I'm sorry, what up, though? Who else we got? Tennille, Georgia, what up, though? Who else we got in here? Y'all keep on hitting that like button, drop them cities and locations in the chat. Rochester, New York, what's up? What up, son? Word to Mother B was really good, fam. Cincinnati, Ohio, what we doing? Yeah, man, we got a crazy show for y'all tonight. Legendary. Iconic stuff going on tonight. Ladies and gentlemen. My guest for the evening. The first guest on the Ugly Money Podcast that's taller than Ugly Money. The first nigga I had to look up to in a long time. Two-time NBA champion. I mean, we can go back. He won the Tom Gugliotta Award in college. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing my research. Y'all show your love one time for Josh Powell. What's up, my brother?
Man, I'm over here in tears for real.
Hey, man, I appreciate you making time, man. When my sister Kim hit me, she was like, "Yeah, Josh is moving around." I said, "Who?" She said, "I said, bro, I want money with them folk. Boy, stop playing." Well, I don't want so much money with your ass, bro. I don't want so much money with them Lakers back in the day, bro. I don't know why anybody would ever bet against that them, you know.
You know, they had the meme that said, Kobe took this team to the finals. And so we had dogs on that team.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like, man, I never forget, man. Shouts out my brother George Sneed in Augusta, Georgia. Hey, what up, George? I know you be watching. Yeah, I still got that 100. You know, we couldn't bet a lot back then. We ain't have it like that. But goddamn it, I want a cool 100 off you. I appreciate you, man. So before we get started, man, who was Josh Powell before you became the Josh Powell that we all know?
Well, before we even go there, I got to make sure I pass this thing off to you. You know what I'm saying?
Read it. I get gifts.
So for one, I just want to make sure I give you that. But for two, which is actually number one, I got to salute you.
Thank you, brother.
Because I actually been paying attention from afar for a long time. I was telling Chanel, I was like, man, we need that brother right there.
That's love,
to
bro.
Pull up, bro. So I'm a big supporter of yours.
Appreciate you, dog.
And I love what you do. I can't wait for you to bring that thing out. I can't wait for it to hit that thing, bro.
I tell you, man.
But I just wanted to show love, man.
Thank you,
know
bro.
what I'm saying? Because you doing
love, bro. That's love, bro.
what you doing, man, and I respect that, man. I appreciate what you're doing.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely gonna read it too. See, the name of the book is What I Wish I Knew. And for all y'all ADHD babies like me, it ain't that thick.
That's exactly
You
what
can get it in, you know what I mean? It's the meat and the potatoes. Josh Powell, What I Wish I Knew.
Yes, sir.
Lord knows, there was a whole bunch of parts of my life where I wish I knew something that I didn't know at that time, man. Yeah. So let's take it back, man. Who was Josh Powell before you became the Josh Powell that we all knew?
Man, I'm somebody trying to figure it out. A guy that was overcoming challenges and adversity and in a search for peace and family and everything else.
Respect. Now, when did you first initially pick up a basketball? Because you was late. It was late for you.
It was late for me. So I started off with football and baseball.
Right.
Right around 10, 11 when I started to pick up a basketball. But it was nothing.
It's not too late for my son.
No.
It's not too late. My son's 13. He's 6'2".
Wow.
Yeah, and he I'm trying
No, it's definitely not too late, because the other part of it is too is like the transformation of like, now I'm serious about it.
Okay.
Right? Because that's the thing too. You want something for your kids, you want them to push, you want them to strive, but you know, they got to get to that point where they want willing and ready to get it on their own.
Right. And so so you had a growth spurt late.
Yes.
And that was funny because I remember when I used to ball, you know, I used to call me Baby Shaq. At least I was the only person that really called me that. But anyway, you know, I was 10 years old, almost 6 foot.
That's
and so
crazy.
we thought that I was gonna be 6'9", 6'10" at least.
You
know what I'm saying?
was way bigger than me.
Yeah, I was huge at 10, 11. Like I was destroying kids.
Wow.
And then I got to like 6'1" in middle school, and it stopped.
Oh wow.
And everybody else kept growing. And I've been playing 4 and 5 my whole life. I'm like, bro, I can't go D1, 6'2", 280 pounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, my hoop dreams, you know, failed with my height. But your case was the exact opposite. So you was kind of short and you just hit that.
So I was your height at 14.
Wow.
And then I got to about 6'2" as I was entering into the summer. And then I grew like 5 to 6 inches.
Is that diet or is that genetics, bro?
I wish I could tell you, man. I mean, my mama's 6 feet, my dad's 6'2".
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't think that, you know, I would grow, because I'm the tallest in my family.
Yeah.
But that growth spurt was crazy. Knees, back, everything on fire.
Yeah, I remember riding in the back of the car would be like excruciating back in them days. You riding in the back of a little hunchback. Like, well, I gotta get out and stretch or whatever. Now your mom and Hakeem Olajuwon had something to do with your taking basketball.
Absolutely. So my mom is crazy. So I'm from College Park. So like, she grew up, she was playing in this rec league. That was the first time I watched basketball. Like, I'd never seen it before that. And then the first time I cut the TV on to watch a pro game, which it wasn't intentional, but I laid eyes on the Houston Rockets.
Right.
So Hakeem is my GOAT. I'll argue with anybody about that. That's my personal GOAT.
Yeah.
But
I'm hitting him with lateral movement.
but Hakeem was like doing it on both ends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had all the post work. He was athletic. He was a dog, rebounds, blocks, everything, man. Like, he was just that guy.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's somebody early that I was like, I'm going to model my game after that.
Now, I'm gonna try to bring up some things that nobody else has brought up in other interviews because I want to be special and different. The Atlanta Celtics. Does that name ring a bell?
It does. That was the team that that was one of our rivals.
Yeah. And my business partner, he says, if I say this name, you're gonna trip out. He said he used to play with the Oakland Soldiers.
Oh wow. Okay.
You know what that is?
Yeah. Who's your business partner?
My shots on my brother Slump, man. It's my brother
Slump.
Okay. My boy Slump should have went deep, you know what I'm saying? He should have went.
Y'all pulling out them names.
Yeah, buddy. I want to give you some different, you know what I'm saying? I want to be like, bro, how you know that, bro? Yeah, man. Now, so, you know, can you share an experience of being undrafted and how it felt to enter the NBA?
Well, first of all, the undrafted experience, man, it was like it was crazy because like I had put on like a party and I had
oh man.
Like I had, but it was something that was low key, you know what I'm saying? Because based on the mock draft, I was actually, the highest I was projected was like 16th, 17th back then.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, you know, everything cool, got a chance. And when I did my workouts, I had a lot of strong workouts. And throughout that time, we knew that it could be anywhere from that until late first round, and then things happen where you might fall into the second or might not get drafted. So it was crazy because, you know, Josh Howard was the last pick of the first round.
Yeah.
So Josh Howard and Josh Powell sounded so like,
oh, man.
I'll never forget because I'm watching it. And shout out to my brother, man. If he ever sees this, that like me and Josh are, you know, we super tight. Yeah. And he had an amazing career, but I was at my uncle's house, literally watching everything, and I'm already starting to feel some type of way. So I'm like, man, let me go get some fresh air. I'm going up the steps, and I hear Josh Howard. And my heart, bro, just sank. And I'm just like, and it's like I felt so hurt and broken. So I kept going up the stairs. I just walked out the house and just took a second for myself, man, because I got emotional. I'm just like, bro, I don't work so hard. But salute to my agent, Jamie Knox. I always give him his love and flowers. He really gave me the game and prepared me. And he was just like, listen, it's okay. We're going to keep this thing going. This is the plan. This is what we're going to follow. This is how we're going to get here. So because of him and trusting in him and his plan, he put me in a position to win. That's love. So I'm forever grateful for him.
So I mean, did the party like end real sad and weird?
No, the people that I had there, the handful of people that I had there were very supportive, very loving. Right. I was dating this young lady at the time. She was super supportive, like just, hey, baby, it's going to be okay. So, all of that, man, it made it all right. Okay. So I didn't have to suffer in my sorrows for too long.
It's like growing a graduation party. You ain't graduate.
Man. That thing was rough. I
can only imagine, dog. Like
that thing was rough.
The type of jitters and the type of butterflies in your stomach, because it's like at the whim of somebody else. It's like, and you came out after your sophomore year.
Because I'm from this side of town.
Right.
So the crazy part is like, people look at that as like one of the biggest things. Right. I was just having this conversation today. It's one thing to make it. It's another thing to have longevity.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what a lot of people are missing, because I was able to surpass
for sure
the usual 3.8 or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
8 years, you in and out.
I almost made it to 10 years. So I've really been blessed. And then to be able to play for 20 years professionally total, I'm super grateful and thankful to the Most High.
I love and respect, man. All right, man. I know you might get tired of these questions, but I gotta
let's dig.
Because I'm a Lakers fan. Win or lose, I'm a Lakers fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I jumped off the bandwagon of the Bulls when Jordan retired.
Okay.
And I was a Lakers fan ever since. I'm talking about Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones. I can name people when the Lakers weren't exactly good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What was Kobe like?
Oh, man. First of all, anybody that's in that realm of greatness, now don't get me wrong, I feel like I had a real level of obsession too. Right. Like I felt like that's what made our relationship, the brotherhood, as close as it was. But that man was obsessed. Like the way he broke down film, what he knew and how to do it on both ends of the floor. He could tell you, he knew how everybody was going to guard him. And he knew where the help was coming from. Like we would sit on the plane together. We sat in the film room together. Like, so I'm always getting that game from him. And just watching him break down film, like he would be like, look, JP, you see what he's doing right there? Watch what this man is doing. And it's on this side of the floor. Now, watch how it switches on the right side of the floor. Like he was insane like that.
So he was just
those types of basketball minds, bro, like you have to really appreciate. And there's a lot of times that it goes unappreciated, man. But him, Mike, LeBron, LeBron, and I was telling the gentleman today, like, LeBron broke down the last 3 to 4 minutes of a game where he talked about who turned it over at what time. There was a timeout here. There was a foul call here. There was a swing. Like, he broke down every possession. To have that type of memory and to be able to, like, give somebody that, he's done that on a few interviews. Like, reporters will ask him a question, and he'll just run it off. And it's like those types of people, man, are special.
So not only did he have the actual natural talent, but this guy had a tremendous amount of work ethic.
The work ethic was insane. Absolutely. That's what made him him.
Sometimes geniuses are misunderstood. I mean, Albert Einstein.
All the time they are.
Kobe Bryant. Some say Kanye West. You think that Kobe was misunderstood sometimes with his mannerisms because he was a genius of his craft?
I think so. And I also think, too, because you got different versions of him. So you had number 8, and then you had number 24.
Okay.
So number 8 was more to himself, more of a savage, quiet. He felt like, I got this. I'm going to do it on my own. Number 24, still has that in him, but he leaned on his teammates a lot more in that chapter. So you got different versions of him. And then one thing about Kobe across the board, from what I've heard prior to being his teammate, you know, I've played against him and then with him, is he respects people who operate the same.
Okay.
You might not be able to produce the same.
Right.
But when I say operate, meaning your work ethic, being a pro, you know, the way you approach the game, all of those things, like when he see that, man, when he see that, he got the utmost respect for you. He love you for life.
That's what's up. Yeah, I you know, it was always funny to see him and Shaq have their differences, and Kobe's just like, man, if you would just tap in and grind a little hard, because Shaq was just this, you know, freak of nature. Yeah. And he seemed like it sometimes, you know, Kobe didn't think that Shaq took it seriously. Yeah. You know, can you imagine a focus? Can you imagine Shaquille O'Neal with the Kobe Bryant mindset?
I think that'll be crazy, because you know it's always crazy, and I love Diesel, man, big fella. He's, you know, great guy, amazing athlete. You know, all the things that he do. For sure. But you know, we understand that from the most dominant, you know, he's definitely up there. You know, between him and Wilt, you know, most people will say he number one. You know, all good. But I wonder what that would be like, you know, if he did really mash the gas. Like how he took stuff personal with certain people. Yeah. And he'll give you 40 and 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine just because he felt like, so imagine if he felt like that for 82 games plus the other 16. And you got to think, he almost scored 30,000 off no threes.
No threes.
And,
no free throws.
And the free, like, imagine if he would have made, I mean, he made half of, like, not even half. Never mind. Let me take that back. He missed a lot. Yeah. That's a lot that he left on the board. So just imagine if he would have mashed the gas, man. It'd be totally different.
Nah, man. Growing up, Shaq was my favorite player. Like, I ain't gonna cap. That was it for me, man. I had the Shaq Reeboks. I even got the Walmart Shaq shoes back then.
I did. Let me say this. I did have a conversation with a legend who is a part of the top 75. Wow. And he said that Wilt Chamberlain was unreal. Wow. Like a whole different. Bro, you know, Wilt the only one that averaged 50 and 25. People could say he had NBA 2K. They could say what you can say what they want about the era and all that, but you still gotta respect it, because one thing I know, bro, doing that type of work night in and night out, that takes effort. For sure. People can say what they want to say.
I mean, he made 100 points in a professional basketball.
He did, and to drop 50 every night, you showing up and you giving 50. Yeah, that's work, bro. Double teams, triple team, like, people want to be disrespectful, man, but that man put that time in. But did you see the other pictures of him, like, on the track and the weight room and all that? They said Wilt was different, man.
He was beast with everything.
At 7. Oof.
Shouts out, man. Now, there are some perks of being a basketball player. Okay. Some of the perks that I, never got to get to.
He's about to transition.
Not too bad. Not yet. I'm gonna get there. I ain't got there yet. I ain't got to the bullshit yet. Talk to me about, like, a lot of the top players getting everything for free.
In what aspect?
When y'all going out places, I mean, do they gotta pay? Do they tax Kobe for dinner? Does he, do they give?
So it's levels to everything. Okay. And I feel like you can attest to it, brother. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You've worked hard, you're very successful. People know what it is when they want you in the building. It's the look, right? Right. But the people who have, like, the next level of money, they don't spend. They do camps. They do shoot-arounds with the kids of the CEOs to get 100 jet hours, or they do autographs to get a free Lambo. Like, there's levels to.
Wait a minute, bro. Hold on. Because y'all niggas ain't give me no guy. You niggas ain't give me a damn Honda Accord, bitch ass nigga. Wait a minute, man. Hold on, man.
Hey, man.
They get autographs to get a free Lambo.
Listen, if you running a dealership, that don't mean that some of these people ain't gonna spend their money.
Right.
But you know the type of look that is to say that you sold a car to Kobe. You know, they just showed Mike spent what, $3 million the other day on a car, like a 101, whatever that was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I take that with a grain of salt because that's Michael Jordan at the end of the day.
Right.
And ain't no telling what else would have, came with that, but that's a part of the perks, bro. We know that some of these people are not spending no money, man. Like, you got the power of social media. All it takes is a click, man. You can drive all kind of business there. Like, there's so much that people can do with your name, image, and likeness.
Yeah, I remember a time in my life where I ain't have 2 pennies to rub together, and everybody wanted to charge me for everything.
Now look at you.
I ain't had shit, goddamn. I still ain't got it. But it's just amazing to me. Like, when I remember when I was on the come up, I would go to the club. I mean, how much the bottle? $300. How much the section? $600. I'm like, damn, man, that's $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just like, oh, he's here, man. Give him 3 bottles, 4 bottles.
3 bottles, the section.
I'm like, nigga, I don't even drink.
and they might put a little pocket change in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or slide you a little something.
And it's so funny, man, that, how people treat you when you're a winner. You know what I'm saying? When you've reached some element of success, how people treat you. Hold on one second. Ricky, go ahead and take this. That's my baby's pizza. She hungry. Yeah. Shouts out Sky. Sky's here. Dropped my 6-year-old out. My baby mama flew to Miami. She like, the baby coming with you. And I'm like, I'm working. She's like, it don't matter. I'm like, all right, cool, bring her here. So, we got to do our daddy stuff. But, it was always interesting to me how people's, don't give it to her because she going to, just put it in my office. Because she'll pick through it and do all kinds of 6-year-old things to the pizza. But, how people just, they treat you different when you win.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's funny because they treat you different when you lose, too.
Yeah.
Jeff Teague had recently said, and I want to see if you agree with this. He said, unless you're a high-paid NBA player with a long career, it's depressing when you retire. You agree with that?
It can be. But if you know who you are, it shouldn't be. I feel like a lot of times athletes, entertainers, actors and all, like anybody that's in that world, when you get caught up into the love that you get because of what you do or the success you've had, and you're not able to tap into like you, that's when it gets real tricky. And then you're not building a relationship. Like, there's just a certain way to move about it, but that there's truth to what he said. You know what I'm saying? Right. And for me, I came in the league way back when, just to put things in perspective, I came out when LeBron came out.
Okay.
First round pick back then, made $12 million over 4 years.
Okay.
At this point, the first round pick is getting $50 million. It's just a different day and age, right? I made some really good money throughout my tenure, but
I like how I say really good money.
Yeah, really. I made some really good money throughout my. You know what I mean?
Money was good,
but I'm just grateful that I never got caught up in that because there were things that I saw, and I also want to challenge anybody. My list of teammates versus anybody else's list of teammates, I feel like mine gonna win every time.
There it is.
Because I got Hall of Famers like I played with Dirk, played with Steve Nash, played with Bean, played with Powell, played with James Harden.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on and on for the guys that I play with. And it's easy to get caught up into so-and-so had a $100 million contract.
Right.
I'm not on that contract. My year salary that I'm on, my guarantee was $1 million.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
but
that's $1 million.
it's still $1 million.
That's
right?
$1 million.
But to put it in perspective, like there are guys who can be really uncomfortable being in a space with guys who maneuver the way that they do because they have 100. So you trying to, they buying jeans or doing this for this amount, I got to do the same thing. That's the quickest way to go broke. You can't get caught up in that. So that's why I was saying, like, when you know who you are and you stick to that, then Jeff Teague's comment shouldn't, the percentages of people that feel that way shouldn't be as high. The reason they're that as high is because of certain things. Now, look at where Jeff Teague is now.
Right.
And I played with Jeff. That's a teammate. I'm proud of him. Everything that they all are doing. The 520 podcast is killing it.
Shouts out Jeff.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like when people hear him, it's like nobody ever knew, right? But now he's tapping into this person.
Right.
They appreciate that person than they did when he was playing. And
For
Jeff got game.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing.
We never really knew his personality though.
Correct.
And I think a lot of players, as Draymond Green likes to say, is part of the new media.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got KG and Paul Pierce's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You know that I watch that
Love
religiously. You know what I'm saying? Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just you see more and more players getting behind the mic, telling those untold stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we love it. You know what I'm saying? I actually had a chance and opportunity to talk to KG not too long ago, and he watched the show, and I'm like, bruh. And in my mind, I'm like, nigga, that's fucking Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But y'all got that same energy, man.
Yeah.
Storytelling and
man.
just talk. You know what I mean?
Kevin
like
Garnett tell a hell of a story, dog. When he was telling the Hakeem Olajuwon story about,
especially when he say Lord.
Hey, that's one hell of a story. Hey, man, listen, I know a lot of, and to be totally honest, it's amazing. It really is shocking to me to see how effortless certain individuals transpire, transition into media. Mm-hmm. How hard is it to find out what you're supposed to do with your life after basketball?
It could be very difficult for anybody. That transition ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel that when people do what it is that they're passionate about or what they believe in or what they feel like their purpose is, then they can do that. You know what I mean? The unfortunate part is whatever somebody did and they played a sport, they'll just kind of stick to that. But not saying nothing's wrong with it.
Right.
But I do feel that it's important to show so many different sides to who you are.
We humans,
exactly. And that's the part where you kind of get stuck in that cycle of, well, I've been playing basketball this long, I'm gonna keep doing it, and then now the game is over with. You just keep it going, which on one end it does make sense, but on the other end, look at the other people who've done things that have been outside the realm of basketball and have created successful careers because of it.
Wow.
Think of Kobe. I mean, he award-winning.
For sure.
Right? He jumped out there, wrote something, wrote books, all kind of stuff that he did. People that's doing real estate, Josh Childress, for example, that's one name that comes to mind. Yeah. Right? He found a niche, like he is killing the real estate game. Look at, you just mentioned, all the smoke, but Matt and Stack got big names off of the political stuff.
For sure.
They were definitely keeping it funky as far as sports, but they jumped in
Stack
to other
was front line for George Floyd.
So it's like people are really doing things, man, and creating waves. And then the other thing that's really appreciative is those who jump into space, but they're being themselves.
Yeah.
They're not, trying to talk a certain way or do it a certain way, like Draymond and all.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They really
don't give a shit, bro.
At all.
I like it too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's something to be appreciated, man, like when it comes to the transition, but it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and here's to put it in perspective for most people. You're really good at something. You've had people praising you your whole life. A lot of people that have been supportive of helping you get to this point. You haven't had to really do much adulting. And what I mean by that is taking care of your own bills, cleaning your own crib, washing your own clothes, doing some of these things. So you haven't had to really do that because why? You've had the resources. You've had all these people who are willing to help. And then one day when you retire, where'd they go?
Ah, man.
So then you wonder why athletes are having a hard time or they crashing out. Not necessarily meaning that they got to kill themselves or whatever, but they fall on hard times, not just from a financial standpoint, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They fall on hard times because they've been used to this thing.
Wow.
And now it's been stripped from them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the humanistic aspect is so important.
No, dope. That's hard. That's hard. You know, I mean, yeah, if you really think about it, man, shoot. Whole life he been praised as this, this amazing superhuman being. And then
so your experience, you mentioned earlier about your story.
Right.
And how you come from nothing and you where you at now.
For sure.
So it's like you're experiencing it in a different way.
Yeah, I think from my standpoint, my life is getting better as I get older.
Right.
It's kind of different, Right. My 20s suck, bro.
Why? What about it suck?
Well, one, I think what I had genius level talent at wasn't invented yet.
Okay.
And so trying to find your way in a world that doesn't have your lane yet, or it is not readily there, you're kind of like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
So I tried a lot of things. Like I was trying to be a rapper for 15 years. That was my thing. I'm going to be a rapper, right? And so trying to be a rapper, then a club host, then a radio personality. And it was like I was a squirrel. But it was like I hadn't really found the thing that I felt that I was really, truly gifted at.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I just stumbled upon this damn button right here. God damn it, that button.
The button and life experience.
Hey man, and the same thing I used to get in trouble for in school and when I was in the military, running my damn mouth, shit. That running my mouth got me them cars outside. You know what I mean? And so now it's more natural for me because I'm just walking in what was naturally always me.
Yeah.
And so I think that the latter portion of my life, my 40s and my 50s about to be dope. Whereas my 20s, I was trying to throw shit on the wall and trying to make it stick. And I just, think through the grace of God, didn't put myself in any weird situations where I have to, deal with them now. I ain't get locked up or catch no charges or nothing, but I took my ass to the Army. I'm glad my daddy told me to because, that kept me out of trouble because I would have ended up being a statistic for sure. And so, I think the 40s, hey, man, 40 ain't bad, man. 40 feel good.
What did the Army teach you?
Discipline. Discipline. I didn't take anything serious, brother. I didn't have any intestinal fortitude. I didn't have any discipline. I didn't have any motivation. I lost my mom at an early age, and when my mom passed, the world was not serious anymore.
Gotcha.
I'm like, my mom gone, fuck all y'all. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I didn't take nothing serious. Equivalent of a guy that just plays the video game all day to this day. I used to just do whatever felt decent at the time and didn't care about the ramifications of it. And the military woke me back up. Yeah. Like, nigga, you gonna get up there and do it. Mm-hmm. And if you ain't gonna get up in there and do it, you gonna take your money. Yeah. I want you to take my money. And so, the military saved my life. It kept me out of trouble, gave me some discipline and some intestinal fortitude. I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today without the military because I wouldn't have took it serious. I wouldn't have had that gear to go hard. You know what I mean? Had that gear to say, okay, everything's fucked up around here. Okay, we still got to make something happen. Yeah. And that's how the military was. We done been in war zones where everything's fucked up. Nigga, we got to find a way to live through this. You know what I'm saying? And so, now the rest of life, it ain't even that hard because it's like, bro, they ain't shooting at us. We good, man. They worried about a nigga tweeted you. Fuck that. Shit ain't that serious.
Perspective is everything.
Respect, man. Now you played for several different teams in several different countries. Like, how was that adjustment to going to different places time after time?
Man, I have so many stories, and when you talk about overseas, like, it's a beautiful experience, but at the same time, you're really like putting your life in some of these countries and these situations.
Right.
There have been players, man, that have gotten into some serious situations. Because what a lot of times people don't realize, some of these countries are cartel, mafia owned.
Wow.
You know, some of these countries are having governmental issues. So you walking into somebody else's turf, and you if you don't do your research, you don't understand how to play the game. And I ain't talking about on the court.
Off the court.
You know, a lot of people can say what they want about their hoods and all of that. Man, go to another country.
Oh, it's different.
Where these folks don't speak the language and they going through it. I had to play a season in Venezuela. Shout out to Venezuela, one of the most beautiful places, beautiful countries. I played for Trotamundos.
Shouts out.
And they had a lot of rioting going on at the time. Like, there was a lot of political issues, man. The country, the money was so jacked up, but they had doctors, lawyers, people like that getting paid. Really, like, to give it perspective, like, for example, a doctor could be making $50 a month.
Oh, wow.
So I remember one time we was on the bus leaving practice. They were protesting, they were rioting, they was doing what they was doing. The bus couldn't get off on the exit. And the guy was like, I can't go, I gotta drop y'all off. So we walking through a protest and there's soldiers on one side, they shooting, like it was like, bro, it was a lot. Word. And I had to go through that, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta be calm, you gotta be cool, but these are some of the stories that a lot of guys have. And then that don't even count conditions. Some people are playing in gyms that there's no heat. Some people playing in gyms, ain't no water. Some people, their money might be late. Listen, I got all the stories. When I played in Puerto Rico, shout out to Puerto Rico. I love that. I love my people, my Ricans, everything. And I'm grateful for the opportunities I had.
Sure.
My daughter came with me. Something happened where they cut the water off on the island, right?
On the whole island.
No water. So it might be a situation, bro, like I done played games, might not have been able to bathe for a couple days.
Wow.
I literally went to the store, bought how much ever water I could, and had to give it to my daughter so she could use that to bathe.
That's crazy.
And you can only get but so much because
no resource.
I'm telling you, man, I got stories, bro. You be
no
go and hoop, give somebody 30, and now you stale for 2-3 days.
Stinking it fuck. Now, did you play in Russia?
I did.
Is Russia really as racist as they say it is?
I saw somebody get it over there. I was in Russia for 2 weeks, called my agent. I said, bro, I got to go. Damn. I'll leave it at that.
Damn.
He about to hit the button. Nah, Russia's a blessing, but at the same time, Russia got a lot of stories.
Wow.
Yeah, Russia got a lot of stories.
They seem like they is
and I'm not trying to paint them in no type of way. These are just facts.
Well,
like
the country paints itself. I mean, it's kind of
but I know, you know, I've had teammates and there's some good people. You know what I'm saying? But just like anything, they operate the way that they operate. And again,
seems like a hard country. Like
I remember again, this was when I first came out. Like I was with the Mavericks, they had my rights, but I went to Russia to keep playing. Right. Man, you see a 10-year-old walking on the streets of Russia smoking a cigarette. Like it's just like it's different.
It seems like a hard.
And the team that I went to was mafia owned. They move different.
Gang shit.
I'm telling you, bro, it's different. It's different.
You don't want to play today, Josh, or else you make 20 points and we don't win. It's gonna be.
Hey man, I done seen some people try to act like they froggy, man, and them folks being like literally like you coming back from a game, you open up your door, them folks sitting on your couch. I know those stories. I ain't gonna name nobody, but listen, I can only speak for what I went through. But I know for a fact, I done heard them stories like, yeah, bro, them folks waiting on so-and-so back at the crib. Waiting. Like, hey, it's time for you to go. Time for you to go. You ain't doing what you supposed to do. We got that ticket for you tomorrow. Pack yourself up.
Goddamn, Russian. I ain't gonna fuck with y'all though. Yeah, certain people you just don't fuck with.
Hey, man. They ain't no, listen, they ain't on the country now.
Yeah.
There's stories out there where them
gangsta.
folks will pull up on you, dog.
Gangsta shit.
Bruh.
Old 7 foot tall nigga.
Hey,
This motherfucker's 5'8" talking shit.
I was in Italy one time and a brawl broke out. And when I tell you them folks stomped out our owner.
Oh, fuck, bro.
But the owner is mobbed though, bro. So you know it got cracking, bro. Like, hey, listen, bro.
Shit.
Hey, bro. Got stories, dog. Them folks pulled up, bro. He came in, that thing leaking. We was in there fighting, bro. We was in them stands going in. Them folks rushed, bro. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, talk about some greener pastures. Out of all the countries you've been to, who had the best women? Yeah. You got some thick ass Russians. You got some Puerto Rocks. You got some Venezuelan mummies.
You got all that.
Yeah.
But it's something about Australia and how they love. Listen, bro. The Iggies.
Bomb drop. Bomb drop.
But Puerto Rico, beautiful women. Venezuela, beautiful women. Italy, beautiful. Like, I've been really blessed, man. Played in Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah. They everywhere, bro.
Seen the world.
But Australia?
Yeah. Gotta take a trip. You might have to add that. Might have to add that to the passport pros list right there. You want to
It's a different experience, man. And they have so much to do. Like when I was out there, built relationships. So I'm still cool with some of the families and people out there. And like I've done everything from wax museums, zoos, jet boating, cricket games, rugby games.
Wow.
I was turned up out there. Zip lining.
Damn right.
Imagine me on the zip line, bro, just cranking that thing, bro, 300 yards or whatever it was.
With Iggy Azalea in the back. But, yeah, I'm lit, man.
Man, look.
Out of players that you play with, who is someone that was extremely talented? Like they was nice, but people didn't realize it.
Man, that's a great question. I feel like you're going to have a couple of those in every team. Extremely talented, never played.
Yeah, who was nice that just didn't get no burn where we just, oh, that nigga trash. And
they gonna say that. You know what's crazy, bro? When they say that about everybody, dog. Right.
I mean, you gotta realize everybody in the NBA is gonna listen to LA Fitness All Stars. The nigga that made a pro team roster is gonna bust the regular nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? Like
they gonna bust some pro. Like, bro, like here again, perspective is everything. I'm going to pay you.
Right.
You was in high school, you averaged 30. You got to college, you averaged 20. So you a bucket. You done showed what you can do.
Right.
You done got to the pros, and I say, hey, big fella, I need for you, go get in that corner, play defense, bring energy, be a great teammate. That's what we need. You know why? Because we got Dirk Nowitzki over here. We got this one over here that's going to give you a bucket. We got that one that's going to do. We got that already. This is what we need for you to do. What you going to do if they giving you $5 million a year?
Play the role. I'm playing
and
defense
everybody be talking. They be like, man, how so-and-so still in the league? He played for 15 years. Like, Taj Gibson, bro.
Right.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He's still rocking it. It's what, 16, 17 years?
Yep. Keep getting picked
Got
up.
the keys to New York.
Yeah.
Keep getting picked up.
Yep.
And bruh got game. Don't get it twisted, but we know what we gonna get out of Taj. Just like PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
Everybody can say what they want to say. PJ done played almost 20 years doing what he do.
Wearing sneakers and playing defense.
and they want to talk bad, but it's like, man, everybody got to find their role. Do you know how much that says about a person that can say, you know what, I have to get outside of me,
right,
but still be me,
right,
and do what I need to do. A lot of people can't do that.
At the end of the day, it's a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, we need you for this particular task. Okay, nigga, rebound, play defense, and give us team some good energy. Like
That's it.
That's what the job entails. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just like with any other job. You know, I might go to a radio station. They hire me like, hey, we want you to be B Mike. That means, nigga, don't talk so much. You know what I mean? Or you might go C Mike, nigga. Like, nigga, you talking once per episode. It's just nature of the business. It's the same thing with any business. Like, you have a leading role in a movie. You got a supportive. You got background. You know, if you got hired for a background position, nigga, that's what you're supposed to do. You don't talk, nigga. That's not your job.
I do want to say this to your question, though. One name that came to mind is Andrew Bynum.
Word.
Andrew Bynum is one of the all-time Laker greats, bigs, in my opinion. Top 5. Andrew Bynum, when he was healthy, with low minutes, was 20-something and 12.
Yeah, I can remember.
Locked in, 7'2". Big fella had all the footwork, everything, but he just, man, he had a switch, bro. And when he cut, like, he had like a 4 to 6 week span, man, where he was the Clipper game when he had 42 and whatever. He was giving, you know, and I love DeAndre, that's my dog, but he was putting in work that game.
Yeah.
And the Memphis, like, I could just think of games, man, where he was like 20 and 12, you know, 15 and 15, but these are all low minute because they were trying to make sure to keep him healthy and all of that.
Yeah.
But he was different. For sure.
That's I mean, yeah, I can't. We didn't know shit.
He was different, bro.
Because he, you know, sometimes
he was hurt.
He was hurt, yeah.
And he because he was young, and so there were things that he just don't like basketball. But listen,
but he good at
give
it.
you that work.
All right, I'm gonna ask this next question. Now, you ain't gotta answer it, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
We ain't running from no smoke, man.
Who do you feel? You said who was underrated.
Oh shoot.
Who was somebody that was you feel that was overrated? Like they just was putting a whole bunch of hype on it, and it won't really all, you know, no disrespect, but who was overrated? Because I can give you my names, but you know, it's different coming from me because I'm coming from a fan. I can tell you which podcast niggas is overrated. Let me go on your ass. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. What do you think?
Oh man.
The most overrated player.
That's a great question. The way my mind works it's really hard. It's really hard to answer because when I think of what makes up a team and when I think of people's roles, when I think of all of those things, that's kind of tough. And then when I think of people that have been in position to be successful, I feel like they've done it because they've had the green light to do so.
For sure.
Somebody that didn't meet expectations. Jeez. That's like when they say Vince or T-Mac because of the mentality, right? Like, I don't know.
Who wasn't as good as they make him seem?
Not as good?
Yeah, not as good as people.
These people are good, but it's almost like the argument is like they could have done more or be better.
Right.
I'm gonna have to come back to that one. I got to think on that. This is one of the first times I've been stumped on a question.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure I give it its due diligence.
I'm gonna stay in that lane right there. Was Kwame Brown truly trash?
No. That's my teammate. That's my partner, man. No.
Why did they give Kwame so much shit?
Kwame was, people got to understand, when Kwame was first drafted, nobody'd seen anything like that. 7 feet, handle the ball, athletic. Like, he was getting rebounds and pushing it.
Right.
So, and then at that age, the man had a man body, 6'11", 240, 250. Like,
he was a monster.
He was different.
It was a monster.
So when he wasn't allowed to still do what he did,
oh, they put him in the system.
then they put him, when he got with Mike, it's like, nah, bro, get on the block. And the other thing, like when people, you know, struggle with confidence or certain things, right? It happens. You know what I'm saying? Like that's hard. There's a lot of frustration there. Right. It changes everything about what you thought you were supposed to be. Now, the grand scheme of things, Kwame Brown made a lot of money. A lot. He played 10, 12 years, whatever. He had a long career.
He had a career.
So
he might have played longer than like Christian Laettner or some shit.
Hey, listen, people can say what they want, but at the end of the day, that man overcame odds.
For sure.
And he's able to take care of his family.
I love the fact that he defends himself now. I love the fact, man, you say Kwame Brown name the wrong way, he coming.
He coming.
And you know what? I ain't fucked up about it. Because I could just remember during the playing days, you know, they used to say this and say that. And it ain't come at him as personal, but it came at his game all the time. Just kind of, you know, like the word bust. You got so tired of hearing it associated with kid. And it was just like, bro, like, dude, really he a sophomore in college right now. If you really want to be real about it, like.
But some things are disrespectful. Now, and here's my thing. Everybody can have their take. Right. This is just me talking. Right. Everybody can have their take. But I do feel that for me, when I especially think of our people, I'm only gonna go but so far. Yeah. Because I don't want it to look like it's something personal or that I'm trying to come at you because I don't agree with something. And the issue is all of these people, especially like, you know, I know Stephen A was a big one. You know, Stephen A getting paid $125 million to do what he's doing.
Big dog.
Super big dog. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
But I do think that with him sharing and critiquing, that it still sometimes can lead to division within the community because of how it's being done. Right. And that's the part, for me, that's dangerous. That's my own personal.
Do you think media can lose a man a job?
Facts. We've all seen it.
Wow. Guys
done got fired. Think about this. Somebody commits a foul. Think about that. Somebody commits a foul. 5 of the biggest sportscasters can say he needs to be fined. You don't think Adam Silver them listening? You done had Stephen A. said, you done had Shannon Sharp said, you done had Skip said, you done had all these people that's like, that was out of pocket. That was not a basketball play. He's definitely going to get suspended.
Wow.
And we've seen that the league will take action. Then when they do take the action that they take, if they come back and say, oh, that wasn't enough, man. They coming, bro. We've seen people lose. Where is Colin Kaepernick?
At home.
Do we not feel that the media didn't have a big part to play in that?
They definitely painted some kind of picture.
I get the owners and all of that, but it's still from the standpoint, like once you label somebody, it gets tricky out here. And people don't understand that. A lot of people have lost jobs behind media, or anybody can start some type of whatever and come together. You get enough people to make noise, bro.
Wow.
Somebody gonna have to make some type of decision.
I can remember as of recently with the Lakers when Russell Westbrook was over there, and it seemed like every problem that the Lakers had was Russell Westbrook.
His top.
Yeah, like every problem was Russell Westbrook's fault.
Everywhere he's been though, ever since OKC. And I love Russ, huge supporter of Russ, but it's almost like it's him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the narrative.
Yeah.
But Russ I don't think we've seen Russ get in trouble. He's a family man, takes care of his kid. And shout out to him, if I'm not mistaken.
Gives back.
He just did some big project. I want to say opened a school or bought, or it might have been both, where he did the housing and all of that. Like, he just did a bunch of really great things.
Yeah, for sure.
And he doesn't get enough credit. You know what I'm saying? So salute to him, but that's an example.
Yeah, well, yeah, I remember like getting squeezed out of the league.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo Anthony has said some things of that. Like, what exactly is that? How does a player get squeezed out of the league?
There's multiple things. It could be behavior. It could be the fact that they want you to play a role and feel like you don't want to succumb to what they want. There's a lot of different things. Unfortunately for Melo, there was always things that kind of went, but then he got another crack at it. But it's kind of hard because they've already kind of like labeled you, so it's just like a matter of time. Melo could still be in the league today.
For sure.
He could be a great vet.
Walking bucket.
He could still give you 5 to 10 or more, depending on how you use him and play him. I mean, we're watching this in real time.
Hey, some of y'all got to shut up, bro. Y'all fucking up the money, man. Stephen A., I fuck with you, bro. Just calm your ass.
But look at what Stephen A. doing now. You got Shannon, you got Cam. They just, hey, listen. I ain't mad. Listen, it's a different vibe, man. They letting them loose, so hopefully they can keep that going.
Like I say, like a lot of Shannon Sharp has the biggest podcast in the world. Fuck you talking about? And he's a player. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the new age, man, is just like people really want to hear, because it's different talking basketball or talking a sport from somebody that you actually had a chance and opportunity to see do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing, like, nigga, yeah, I was good on my high school JV team, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, I seen this, I watched this nigga, I yelled at the screen to this nigga, you know what I mean? And now I get to hear his thought process. I gotta respect that more. He lived it. You feel what I'm saying? And so I think like these more and more players are picking up the microphone, bro. And I ain't gonna cap. It's a lot of good shows out here.
Because it's different than that. It's like censored in a sense.
Yeah.
You're not really able to be real and authentic the way that you can on your own platform.
Yeah, for sure. Because Cam be popping shit.
Yeah, Cam be popping, bro. Who would have known? You know what I mean?
Man, never knew
all this personality, but that's the beautiful part about it. And now it has put him in a position where he's leveled up, and salute to him, man. It's just really great to see how a lot of people have used their platforms to level up, and not just on our side.
Yeah.
I reached out to JJ when he got the job with the Lakers. People can say what they want to say, but clearly that man has a basketball mind. He was trusted.
For sure.
He has the support of the front office. Hey, man, salute to you. You can't be mad at people that are using their platforms and putting themselves in positions to win.
JJ from Virginia, bro. I remember JJ in high school.
He was cold.
Bro, look, he would literally walk 1 foot from the half-court line and launch it.
He was cold.
And it was just like, I remember.
And his work ethic is
crazy. It was ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Like 1 foot from the foul. I mean, like from half-court, he would look at the half. Shouts out JJ Redick. I pray they good this year, man. I pray they good. You know what I'm saying? I think they got everything that they need to, do something, if it comes together, if it gels together.
If they stay healthy.
Yeah.
And have all their pieces, I think they're going to be fine. Nobody's saying, championship, but they're still a playoff team.
For sure.
Anything LeBron is on,
For sure.
I'm not going to bet against.
Never. And I used to tell people, I'm like, bro, like, y'all got to understand, they still got Superman, bro. Like, at any point in time, this nigga wants to take this shit over. He still can do. He just did that shit in the Olympics, bro. At 38, 39?
The best player on the team.
Ridiculous, bro.
39.
All right, I got some more Laker questions. And these questions you don't have to answer. This is called the Kanye button. I'm going to ask some questions. Some of the questions you may not want to answer. Some of the questions you may want to answer. You might want to push the Kanye button and answer it. Or you may want to say next question. I'm just going to ask it and you see what we got. All right, cool. Did the Kardashians destroy Lamar Odom?
You hell for that. Hey, man, shout out to my dog, man. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no because that was going on, you know what I'm saying? Like while we was there, we won a championship and LO got game.
Right.
You know, things happen in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and blame these women, especially when he understood the assignment and knew what he was walking into. So we can't sit up there and be like this, that, and the third. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When, you know, there were decisions made. You know what I'm saying? But proud of him for being able to make chapter 2
For sure.
beautiful, because he's using his story and things that have happened to help heal a lot of people.
For sure.
So because of that happening, which is unfortunate but fortunate, it's really like a gift because it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't think the Kardashian curse is real? What them girls be doing to them niggas, man? Come on, man, this is a real nigga podcast. I be like, bro, it be like, what's that movie? The Key and Peele movie, Get Out.
What do we want to say is the curse when let's remove Lamar and look at some of the other people.
Reggie Bush. Want Ricky Williams over there too? Come on, bro. I ain't making this shit up.
Hey, man, shout out to Corey, man. Corey from the South Side.
There it is.
Still holding. You hell, man.
Hey, man, I had to ask a good question, man.
That was a great one.
I got like one more.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Who wins a 7-game series? The Kobe Shaq Lakers or the Kobe Paul Gasol Lakers?
Us. I'm rolling with us. Yeah, y'all talking about. Ain't no way I could even sit in this seat if I ain't gonna say, man, I'm putting that on us all day, every day.
Pick your lip up, Shaq.
Man, I'm going with us. What kind of man would I be? Hell nah, man.
You watching them.
We had a healthy Bynum.
Right.
That's Shaq's matchup.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I get it.
Okay.
But
yeah.
We got Powell at the 4.
Hey.
I'm trying to think, who did they have? I'm trying to think on that team.
Elden
back
Campbell
with
was
Rick
gone by then. Was it? It wasn't Horace Grant. Who the fuck it was?
See, we got to pull out these squads, man.
I don't know, man. Shannon, and
Who gonna match up with LO? That's a problem.
Yeah. Rick Fox.
I respect Rick, man, but come on, dog.
Oh, Rick, boy.
Hey, man, I'm going with 09-10 all day, man.
Okay. I like that. All right, Shaq, just be nice when you come for us, dog. Just be nice, man. You just fuck.
He gonna come. He's supposed to. That don't mean I'm finna back down off of none of that. Come on, big fella.
09, 010 Lakers.
Man, we going.
Beat the Kobe Shaq Lakers.
Come on, man, we going.
24 was better than 8.
That's a great argument, ain't it?
Hey, what you think?
Same amount of points.
Hey.
Almost. 24 had a little bit more.
Hey.
He did finish with 60 on his outro.
He went out crazy. 24 made the same amount of points, shooting a little bit less.
The shoe game was better.
Hey. For sure.
Shoe game was better.
Them crazy 8s, I don't know about them guys. I ain't never caught a pair of them.
Hey, I mean, I'm rolling with that, man.
Shouts out bald head Kobe. That bald head Kobe. That bald head Kobe, another nigga, boy. You know what I'm saying? They got them. Now we ain't talking about the little fro Kobe, little Desi Banks fro Kobe that used to rap and shit. That bald head Kobe, nigga, he had been through some shit. He had seen some things. He had to overcome some shit. He was different.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, listen, bro. Trevor.
Hey. Yep.
Then you switch Trevor out for Ron, a.k.a. Meta. Come on, man.
Meta was crazy.
Come on, man.
Hey, bro, was he? Okay, because, you know, they paint this picture. He crazy like that for real?
Meta.
He throw it off.
Meta is one of the most amazing people,
Right.
but he on that type of time.
Hey, bro, I never forget, bro. I used to see Ron Artest on the goddamn Smack DVD when we used to be rapping this shit.
Not on that
That
time, though.
motherfucker better. That motherfucker be rapping. Listen,
Have you watched The Malice in the Palace?
yes.
For anybody, please go see that because it puts things in perspective.
Yeah.
And he really was trying to stay out the way. He really was trying to like do whatever his practices was, and then that cup broke it.
I mean, you think about it. How many of us wouldn't have acted the same way?
Everybody talk and say what they want, man, but it's easy to say that when you're not in that position.
Yeah.
Especially when you trying to stay out the way, and then when you get to a point where you just spaz and it's go time, all you see is blood. You don't have time to be like, oh nah, he cool. Nah, anybody that it's like, no, we not doing that. We mashing the gas, bro.
Hey man, they take nigga out the street, can't take the street out the nigga,
Come
boy.
on, man. Period.
Oh God.
Period. You know what money does? It just heightens what's already there.
Facts. It just makes
Because
it.
beforehand, you know what I mean, you moving a little different. But when you got bread, you got, you know, status, whatever, everybody's gonna treat you how they. So it just brings out the natural you.
Yeah, no, for sure. You be a bigger version of yourself.
That's it.
All right, man. Before we get out of here, man, we got a podcast. Checked it out. It's dope. Let's talk about some dope things. What is your biggest pet peeve of modern day women?
I got several, but I he leaned up like. Hey, shout out to the queens, man. I just feel that accountability.
Oh, they hate that shit, boy.
Because when you think about it, any and everything for a woman, there's always a justification for it.
I ain't had to say it.
She can cuss you out, and oh, what did you do? She can withhold the kids. Oh, what did you do? She ain't got to give you sex. Well, what did you do? she having a bad day. You ain't even seen her, but what did you do? I mean, you can make a long list, and I'm not saying this is everybody, ladies, because the other part of y'all, boy, when I see the comment section, but y'all don't understand that there really is energy. There is a large group of women who really feel and believe in the things that they say. So when you be cutting them up,
right,
they be like, well, that's just the whip. No, that's not just. It's not. It's young. It's the 30-year-olds. It's the 40-year-olds.
all of them.
It's some seasoned 50-year-old. There's a lot of them that have this mentality, man, and they rolling with it because they haven't had to be held accountable either. So there's the part of women don't be accountable, but then there's the part of the systems and the people who are in place who don't hold them accountable either.
Now look at the bitches in the comments saying, well, what about men? Back to the apartment. What about men?
I'm gonna be the first.
It goes both ways.
And I get that, but why do we have to be dismissive?
Right.
Right? Like, why can't we point out something and let's get to the bottom of that before we're saying, well, y'all do this too.
Right.
Let's not do that. We got to tighten up too. We got to be better versions of ourselves.
Sure.
We got to grow mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to do our part to be the healthiest we could be, because then the healthier version of us allows us to make the proper decisions and move in a way that is towards what and who and how we need to be.
You know, but I think facts, but I think men have been given constructive criticism throughout their life. You know,
for sure,
from coaching to a woman bitch can call me fat ass nigga right now. If I call this woman fat ass bitch,
you body shaming,
boy, I might get cancer.
And you might get cancer.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like we as men, we're always taught to be better. And I think a lot of women were taught where I'm just fine. Like,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? And I think that's where it gets misconstrued. It's just like, no, baby, you're not perfect. No one is perfect. You know what I'm saying? We should strive to be better. But if you think that everything you do is perfect, there's no way in hell that you're ever going to be better because of the fact that you don't think nothing's wrong. And then when you try to tell them that, it's World War III.
They would chop your head, man. And it's unnecessarily. Like, the one thing that I want the ladies to understand, like, especially in most situations, when you dealing with a man, like, he rocking with you, he wants you to be your best self, too.
Right.
He ain't finna do or say nothing that's gonna be out of pocket. Where it gets tricky is when you're always in your feelings about what he says, but then you have a platform to be you and do you. It's not fair. It's not going both ways. If we love each other, then I respect you enough and I know that out of love, you're gonna tell me something that's gonna benefit me and vice versa. Because if not, the accountability is on you. You chose him. What you complaining for?
Yeah.
And they ain't trying to see it. Like, I'm saying the same thing you saying.
I'm just glad
I'm just not on your throat the way to say.
I'm just glad
you know what I'm saying? I ain't got the board in my hand. I ain't able to hit that button. But listen.
She picked him.
That's why I love it, man, because no matter how you splice it, man, there has to be an accountability piece, even for us as men.
For sure.
I have very interesting, challenging co-parenting situations.
For sure.
I could complain, but why would I when at the end of the day, these are my choices?
For sure.
So at the end of the day, I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to try to do the best I can because it's still a family unit. Like, we have kids together. We need to do what we can on behalf of our kids. I'm not finna sit up here and point the finger or be out here talking about this one and that one, saying this, that, and the third. I made decisions.
Yeah.
And our queens do not view it that way. You chose the man, you disrespect him, you talk about him crazy, you could easily just leave.
Yeah.
If you feeling like that. But instead, you stay around, then you start doing your extracurricular, but you have a reason. You're justifying your behavior because he's not meeting your requirements.
Amen, brother. Couldn't have said it better myself. See, now y'all see, it ain't just me, bitch. We're gonna sign that along for Josh Powell one time, man. Hey, man, before we get out of here, man, tell me about this book we got here, dog.
So, what I wish I knew is 10 chapters, extremely dark on the intro, because I want to set the tone for the rest of the book. So I talk about my childhood trauma. I talk about the abuse that I went through. I talk about things that have happened in relationship, because with any and everybody, there has to be growth at the end.
Right.
And I'm just real passionate about relationships because that's what life is about. Any and everything that we do is about relationships, whether it's our families, our friends, our kids, business. Like, all of these things is based on relationships, man. It is the heaviest topic. Yes, there are a lot of people talking, but a lot of people ain't saying nothing. So again, salute to you and how, you're using your voice and your platform to shed light on this topic, because it's important, man. You do it in a funny but serious way.
Yeah.
But it needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, I want to use my platform to bring people together, unite us as one, because we need each other.
For sure.
All of this stuff, and people be saying what they saying, man. Women need men.
For sure.
Men need women.
For sure.
And we work better together than we do apart. Okay. But unfortunately, there are some people that, especially with these women, that are running out here, and it's like they're advocating for they don't need a man. Where they do that at?
You ain't gonna get me triggered today. Goddamn.
Come on now, I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting to come.
Goddamn, the makeup on her face was made by a man. The car she drove up in was made by a man. The Casamigos that she got drunk on was made by a man. The kid that you love so much that you put over that man, guess where the seed came from? Made by a man. You wouldn't even, never mind. I ain't gonna go. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Powell.
Hey, I appreciate you again, King.
Hey, man, please let these folks know where to follow you at, everything you got coming up, everything they need to tap into.
Now. So follow me on Instagram, man, Josh21Powell. On X, I'm about to say Twitter, JP21 Reasons. I do have a TikTok, not on there as much. But check me out, man. What I wish I knew. You know what I'm saying? This first book, truly amazing. You know, the feedback's been amazing. We got it in schools, part of curriculums. I'm on this mission to help, you know, with the literacy rate, not only in Georgia, but nationally. Got some really dope things. The second book, Big Problem.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead. What I'm gonna do is, because I need to get your take on it. We're gonna connect.
Right.
I'm gonna shoot you over the unedited, but I'm gonna get that to you. I just need to hear your thoughts because I did a tell-all fathering book.
Ooh.
And in this book, I have documentation of my experience as a father. Text messages, pictures, emails, whatever you want.
Hey, man.
In this book.
Hey.
And I'm doing it in a way because nothing that I do is messy. I'm not trying to, it's nothing about that. But I want men and women to see what this journey is.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking up for the brothers, but at the same time, there are also women who are in the same shoes that we're in.
Respect.
That they deal with a very challenging person that is the father of their child. So it's not just about us, fellas.
Right.
It just goes to show that we're trying to do the best we can to raise these beautiful little human beings, and we're faced with many challenges. A lot of it is unnecessary because the man or the woman can't put their pride or ego to the side on behalf of the greater, and the greater is the child. If you are, and I'll leave it at this, if you claim you a mama and you love your kid, why are you keeping that dad away? If you claim you a mama and you love your kid, why are you speaking disparagingly about the other parent?
Free game alert.
If you are a woman that say you love your kid, why are you doing a lot of other things that I can easily list?
Free game alert.
That doesn't go in line with loving your kid or loving yourself.
Free game alert.
So I'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Powell. Remember, the bigger the dream, the bigger the risk, the bigger the payoff. This has been the Ugly Money Podcast, brought to you by the Go Say Hello app. Everybody in the chat, I need you to go download that right now. This has been the Ugly Money Podcast with Josh Powell. It's that ugly money.